Every morning during my junior and senior year of high school began the same way. Honk, honk, honk. Hopefully, loud enough to wake Ryan and not loud enough to wake the neighbors. Snow, rain, it didn't matter. About 20 seconds later, Ryan would come running, sometimes stumbling, out the front door, down the stairs, and into my truck. And then we would head to school. At the time, all of this felt ordinary, but just part of the morning. But the truth is, some days, that was the only reason that Ryan actually made it to school. Ryan and I had known each other for most of our lives. However, we were not especially close growing up. But in high school, we got closer after I convinced him to join the tennis team. And as we got closer, I started to see what other people didn't. Ryan had faced more adversity in his life than most people that I had met at this point in mine. Because of that, a lot of people underestimated Ryan. Some doubted his future, some doubted whether he would even graduate high school. To most people, he was the kid who didn't seem focused, played too many video games, and missed too many days of school. But that is not who I saw. I saw someone intelligent, someone resilient, someone who with belief and opportunity could do incredible things. So I just kept showing up. That morning ride became a habit, and over time, that habit grew into something bigger. Ryan ended up graduating with the minimum number of days required to graduate high school. But what mattered was not how close he came, it was that he made it. Later, when Ryan was trying to figure out what came next in life, I urged Ryan to explore Alfred University. Now, after a couple of years of exploring other opportunities, he finally listened, he visited, he applied, and he got in. And he found a place where he finally felt like he belonged. Today, he is thriving. He is leading. He is mentoring others. He is doing the kinds of things that people once thought weren't possible. Here is Ryan and I, our senior year of high school, right after some post-tennis match Taco Bell, in these wonderful orange uniforms. Here's Ryan and I, this fall, at the Forbes 30 Under 30 Summit. How did we get there? Well, in Ryan's first year here, him and I decided to start a club, the Mug Drop Club. And we grew it, and we grew it, to the largest student-run organization on campus. We sent 10 kids, fully funded, this past fall semester to Columbus, Ohio for a conference, which happened to be where the Forbes 30 Under 30 was. I think it's safe to say Ryan and I have come a long, long way from our days of Wellsville High School tennis. And watching all of this unfold changed something in me as much as it did Ryan, because it did not just change his trajectory, it changed mine. It taught me something that I have carried with me ever since. Belief. It is not just something that you feel, it's something that you do. It is action. It is consistency. It is showing up for others when they might not know well enough to show up for themselves. What I did not understand back then was why belief felt so natural to me. Looking back, belief had been shaping me long before I had a word for it. I grew up with two very powerful examples. One, my father. He taught me what it means to trust yourself and bet on yourself. He didn't have a blueprint for what he was building when he started his own business. He learned as he went and built something from the ground up. Watching him taught me something important. Just because you haven't seen someone close to you do something before does not mean that you yourself cannot do it. My mother taught me something just as powerful. She taught me how to care for people. She treated people like they mattered. She made people feel seen, no matter who they were or where they came from. And when I couldn't believe in myself, she believed enough for the both of us. One of those moments still stays with me to this day. I was in middle school, about to leave the YMCA after school program, and a kid that I wanted to be like, someone athletic and cool, called me a nerd, or something adjacent, let's just say. And it hit something in me that had been building for a long time. In a place where I felt like I knew everyone, a person that I wanted to be like made me feel like I didn't belong anywhere. I was crying because I felt like I didn't belong. I wasn't an athlete, I wasn't a nerd, but why couldn't I be both? I remember feeling like something might be wrong with me. My mom came in, she sat with me, she hugged me. She told me, "You're smart, you're strong, and I love you no matter what." At the time, I couldn't quite see it the way she did. For a long time, I thought being in the in-between meant I wasn't enough of any one thing. Not enough of an athlete, not enough of a nerd, not enough of whatever people thought that I was supposed to be. And it took me years to realize something important. Being in the in-between was not a weakness. It was my vantage point. What once made me feel out of place became the reason I could move between worlds, the reason I could connect people who might never have crossed paths otherwise. I thought I belonged nowhere, but the truth was, I belonged everywhere. And once I started to understand that, I stopped seeing life as a choice between worlds, and I started seeing it as a chance to connect them. In high school, I moved constantly between spaces that didn't really seem like they overlapped. Sports, STEM, music, leadership, different friend groups, different rooms, different ways of seeing the world than those I was surrounding myself with. And one day, that started to turn into something bigger. I was walking down the hallway of our middle school when my history teacher poked his head out the door. He invited me and my two friends, Luke and Jack, into the room to check out the robotics club he was the advisor for. Now, Luke and Jack were from a small private school in the area, and shy as can be. And I, Mr. Social Butterfly, said, "Of course, why not?" And then we joined robotics. Fast forward 4 years, Luke is graduating this spring with a mechanical engineering degree from Alfred University, and he's pursuing his master's in engineering next fall. Jack always wanted to be an actuary, or so he thought. He joined robotics, he fell in love with coding our robot, and he attended Penn State University for computer engineering. He actually just accepted an offer at Lockheed Martin. That small invitation opened a door. Luke and Jack were both talented in ways that at the time they couldn't quite see. But I saw something in them, and I wanted them to see that which I saw. So, after it was Luke, Jack, and I started recruiting everywhere. Teammates after practice, friends in the hallway, anyone curious enough to try. And slowly, we built the team. Eventually, we won the first tournament in school history. The following year, after I graduated, that same team competed at the World Championships. And somewhere in all of that, I realized something. I was never the smartest engineer in the room. I was the one building the room. I was finding people from different spaces with different strengths, from different backgrounds, and I was helping them find each other. And that realization stayed with me, because builders do not always build things. Sometimes they build people. And once I saw that, I started seeing the same pattern everywhere. I saw it in Ryan, I saw it in robotics, I saw it in the small moments that most people would forget. There was one time, I was walking in from my car towards my dorm. The road is icy, it's a ramp, and I thought it'd be a good idea to carry 2 paper bags of groceries full to the brim. One of them, the bottom fell out from, and the girl who was walking behind me, who I'd never spoken to before, came up, picked up the groceries, and followed me into my dorm. She handed me the groceries, and the only words that were said that night were to have a good night. I haven't spoken to that girl since. But what I remember about the 30 seconds is just how it made me feel. like I mattered. And that's the thing about belief. It's rarely dramatic. Most of the time, it doesn't look like a big speech, a title, or some life-changing moment. Most of the time, it looks like giving someone a ride. It looks like inviting someone into a room. It looks like stopping to help pick up groceries. It looks like introducing yourself to someone so that they don't have to stand there alone. It looks like showing up consistently even when nobody sees the significance yet. Because the people you choose to believe in do not just change because of you. They change you too. Ryan changed me. The people I recruited changed me. The people who made me feel seen changed me. And every one of us has the chance to do that for someone else. Not because we hold some special title, not because we are experts, but because we can choose to notice people. We can choose to keep showing up. We can choose to name their potential. I promise you, there is someone in your life right now that feels underestimated. Someone whose potential has not been named yet. Someone who is more capable than the world has allowed them to believe. They may not need your advice. They may not need your plan. They may just need your consistency. They may just need someone to see them clearly before they can see themselves in that way. Because everyone has a story. Some just have not been seen yet. And if there's one thing I have learned, it is this. Belief is not built in the big moments that we celebrate. It is built in the in-between. Thank you.